29 minutes. That's all the time that passed from the attack to a shot being fired. Now one inmate is dead, the other facing 7 new charges for this short-lived prison escape. If you take a look, right here was their living room. Behind it, their kitchen. No appliances left. The fridge burnt to a crisp. These 5 indictments officially charged Jesse Osborne for 2 murders and 3 attempted murders that all happened at Townville Elementary School. It's hard to find ideal locations like this one along the Doodle Trail as areas grow. But what's even harder is finding affordable property. Each one of these stakes marks a piece of land. One witness I spoke to off camera this morning says that driver almost hit a group of students standing nearby after hitting that crossing guard. That aren't here on the ground seeing what it looks like, how would you describe to them that pictures don't even do it justice? There's a lot of moving parts in this case. The coroner tells me it starts with a home invasion that led to a kidnapping, then a carjacking, and ultimately a homicide. Students that are both presently at Palmetto High School as well as past students, parents, grandparents, all these people coming out to support Lisa Houston. Those evacuations happening here in less than 7 hours. Water from the creek has pushed out into this neighborhood. Tire marks and orange police paint that paint the pathway that 25-year-old John Bright was dragged after police say his wife ran over him with a pickup truck. To the scene of that tragedy is right here in front of Grace Baptist Church and also right in front of this sign reading, "Why do bad things happen to good people?" A message that's been up for 6 weeks, but a message that will soon change on Sunday after these words ring true to the people of this community. All it takes is a little bit of leather and a passion for God to get in with this crew.
It was just an avenue for all of us to hang around. We had something in common. We were able to build a brotherhood together, but we were also able to go out and serve our community.
Larry Starnes was one of those brothers.
Not a word that I use often, but my wife does. He was a sweet man.
A recovering alcoholic who'd found his purpose within the Bikers for Christ in Oconee County.
He was out putting flyers out for an event that we've got upcoming.
Spreading his message in front of the place that had become home. When tragedy struck.
He actually died doing something that he really, really loved. He loved to ride.
Troopers say a red pickup truck struck Larry right outside Grace Baptist Church before driving off.
We all feel some anger. There's just no way out of it.
But these biker brothers are confident justice will be served.
The best thing to do is just remember Larry and the love he had for all of us.
So as they head out,
He meant so much to me.
with one less bike in view,
I would have to say it is a definite tragic loss for the community.
their fellow rider will always be on their minds.
Larry's going to leave a legacy, and when you leave a legacy, when you give to others, it's not necessarily a loss. Though we're separated from Larry now, and we miss him, the legacy that he has left, it's an addition to the community.
Now, there is a $2,000 reward out for any information on the driver who hit Larry. But while they wait to find that person, the community is rallying behind him and coming out here to Grace Baptist Church tonight for a candlelight vigil starting at 7:30. We're live in Seneca tonight. Nicole Ford, 7 News. Amy Gordon, the search and recovery efforts first began early this morning for 6-month-old Anthony Frost's body. But it was only after an hour that the coroner tells me he first saw the signs of human remains. Now, it's cases like this one that aren't just emotional for the community searching for answers, but the officers on the ground searching for what's left. In the small town of Johnston,
I was like, gosh, this is really happening in our neighborhood.
shock rippled through as police searched through a dumpster. They say a mother had dumped her baby boy's body.
To think that we've been throwing trash on top of him is just, it's not right.
The tip coming in after the dumpster was emptied. State investigators tracking that load nearly 70 miles to this landfill in southern Greenville County.
Now, this is something you see on a movie, not something at work.
Tiffany Phillips spent the last 2 days driving in and out of the landfill, watching investigators search for 6-month-old Anthony Frost's body.
Well, I actually started crying because it just broke my heart.
Meanwhile, arrest warrants show the baby's mother, 25-year-old Vernita LaShawn Jones, told SLED agents that she suffocated her son the Saturday following Thanksgiving. Jones is now charged with homicide by child abuse.
The longer you do this, it seems to be the worse it gets. You expect a child to grow up and be part of our community.
Just hours after those charges were filed, baby Anthony's body was recovered by the search crews at the top of Twin Chimneys landfill. But the investigation is far from over.
We have a lot of work still to do in this particular case. SLED crime scene agents are currently working the area around where the body was discovered and recovered for any other evidence that may be collected as part of this ongoing investigation.
Now, an autopsy is expected to be performed on baby Anthony at some point tonight, but the coroner tells me it could be several weeks before they figure out how exactly he died, but this will be ruled a homicide. We're live in Greenville County tonight. Nicole Ford, 7 News. One by one, on and off the bus they went. From neighborhood to neighborhood, this group traveled together.
It's a team effort, and that's what we really try to promote here at Never Forest, that family-like atmosphere that lets them know that it takes a village to raise the children that we serve.
Teachers, principals, coaches, and more. All heading out to welcome their students back in style.
How are you? Good. You're in my homeroom again this year. Yes, yes!
It's a concept teacher Brandon McIntosh brought to the school he attended as a child.
We're able to see that snapshot of where they live. Gives you that deeper motivation when you understand that this isn't the child that's coming from the big house on the hill, but it's also the kid that's coming from the place of lack, but they also need that support as well.
And it's something not just the students look forward to, but the teachers as well.
Not only my students, they become my children. They are part of my family. Once they enter into my classroom, they become a Heinz child.
Even though these educators were armed with gifts,
Pencil.
it was the smiles and the hugs
So good to see you.
that both child and adult were excited for.
Are you playing football?
Yes, ma'am.
For?
Seminole.
You're a Seminole. I get to come.
So as the day wraps up, the countdown is on
So excited for you to come and see it.
until they meet again in the classroom. In Anderson, Nicole Ford, 7 News.